Beneath the glittering surface of tropical seas lies a civilization millions of years in the making, a world without metal or mortar, yet more complex and interconnected than any city humanity has ever built. These are coral reefs, vast radiant cities of life, engineered not by human hands, but by countless tiny architects working in perfect harmony with nature. Each vibrant coral structure you see is the result of millions of years of slow, patient construction. Together, they form living metropolises that shape coastlines, feed nations, and breathe life into the oceans themselves. For centuries, we mistook corals for lifeless rocks, but hidden within those stony forms is a remarkable secret, an animal, an engineer, and a community builder all in one. At the heart of these underwater structures lives a humble creature, the coral polyp. Barely a few millimeters across, these tiny animals belong to the same family as jellyfish and sea anemones. Each polyp constructs a cup of calcium carbonate, limestone, that becomes both home and skeleton. But coral polyps don't work alone. They multiply, connect, and fuse into vast colonies that function as a single organism. Over centuries, their skeletal remains accumulate layer by layer, hardening into massive coral formations that can stretch for miles. The growth is slow, almost imperceptible, sometimes just a few millimeters per year. Yet over geological time, the result is astonishing. The Great Barrier Reef, for example, is over 25 million years old and extends more than 1,400 miles, a structure so large it can be seen from orbit. Imagine that, a living entity built by creatures so small, yet together forming one of the largest biological structures on Earth. But the coral's true power lies in partnership, a remarkable alliance between animal and plant. Inside each coral polyp live billions of microscopic algae known as zooxanthellae. Through photosynthesis, these algae convert sunlight into sugars, feeding their coral hosts and providing up to 90% of their daily energy. In return, the coral shelters the algae and supplies carbon dioxide and nutrients, a relationship so intertwined that neither could survive long without the other. It's a perfect balance of give and take, one of nature's most successful symbiotic partnerships, but it's also fragile. A slight change in temperature, pollution, or light can disrupt this harmony, a theme that will later echo throughout this story. For now, though, this partnership fuels growth. It allows reefs to flourish in tropical waters that are otherwise nutrient-poor, turning barren seascapes into some of the most biologically productive environments on Earth. As corals expand and branch, they become the foundation for an entire ecosystem, a bustling city teeming with life. Each reef is a living mosaic where every species has a role to play. Schools of surgeon fish and tangs graze the algae, carpeting the coral, keeping it clean, and allowing sunlight to reach the polyps. Parrotfish nibble on coral rock itself, their beaks grinding limestone into sand, the very sand that forms tropical beaches. Crustaceans, mollusks, and echinoderms fill every niche. Cleaner shrimp set up shops, picking parasites off passing fish. Octopuses and moray eels lurk in shadowed crevices. Sea cucumbers act as recyclers, processing detritus back into nutrients. It's an intricate economy of life, balanced, efficient, and endlessly adaptive. And within this society, hierarchy exists. Massive boulder corals form stable foundations, while branching corals provide vertical structures like high-rise towers. Over time, these different species interact, compete, and cooperate, shaping the reef's architecture in ever-evolving patterns. each coral polyp is both builder and caretaker. By extracting calcium and carbonate ions from seawater, they slowly deposit limestone beneath their bodies, expanding their skeletal base a fraction of a millimeter at a time. When generations of polyps die, their skeletons remain, providing a foundation for new growth. Waves, currents, and the gnawing of parrotfish continually reshape these structures into natural sculptures, tunnels, ridges, and spires that rival the cathedrals of human cities. Over millions of years, these reefs can become geological giants. Some even rise high enough to form islands, like the coral atolls of the Pacific, born from extinct volcanoes encircled by living reefs. In a way, coral reefs are nature's architects of time, transforming death into new beginnings, erosion into creation. To the human ear, the underwater world may seem silent, but coral reefs are anything but quiet. If you were to listen carefully, you'd hear the constant crackle of snapping shrimp, the grunts of fish, and the rhythmic movement of crabs, urchins, and even coral polyps feeding. This natural orchestra doesn't just fill the water with sound, it guides life itself. Young fish and coral larvae drifting through the open ocean can detect these noises from miles away. They instinctively follow the reef's song, a biological homing beacon that helps them find suitable habitats to settle and grow. Scientists now use reef sound recordings to measure ecosystem health. The louder and more diverse the soundscape, the more vibrant and alive the reef community. Though they cover less than 1% of the seafloor, coral reefs are essential to Earth's stability. They act as natural fortresses, breaking up waves and reducing coastal erosion during storms. Some regions owe their very survival to reefs that absorb over 90% of incoming wave energy. They are also key players in the global carbon cycle. Through their limestone skeletons, corals lock away carbon, subtly influencing the chemistry of the oceans and atmosphere. And economically, reefs provide food, tourism, and income for nearly 500 million people worldwide. Their value, both ecological and economic, is incalculable. To lose them would not only devastate marine life, but also the human communities intertwined with their fate. Yet, for all their resilience, coral reefs are now facing their greatest challenge in millions of years. When ocean temperatures rise even slightly, the delicate bond between coral and algae begins to break down. The coral, stressed and overheated, expels its symbiotic algae, losing both its color and its primary food source. What remains is a bleached skeleton, ghostly white, fragile, and vulnerable. If conditions don't improve, the coral starves and dies. Pollution compounds the problem. Sediment clouds block sunlight, agricultural runoff fuels harmful algae blooms, and overfishing disrupts the reef's balance. Ocean acidification, driven by excess carbon dioxide, makes it harder for corals to build their skeletons, literally dissolving their architecture molecule by molecule. More than 50% of the world's reefs have already been severely degraded. Some regions, like parts of the Caribbean, have lost over 80% of their coral cover in just a few decades. It's a slow-motion crisis unfolding beneath the waves, one that could silence entire ecosystems within a human lifetime. But amid the devastation, there are stories of hope. Marine scientists and conservationists are working tirelessly to bring reefs back from the brink. Around the world, coral nurseries are cultivating new fragments, growing them on underwater frames or suspended trees. Once strong enough, they're transplanted onto damaged reefs, like gardeners restoring a burned forest. In some regions, scientists are experimenting with selective breeding, developing super corals that can withstand heat and acidity. Others are using electric fields to speed up coral growth, or even deploying 3D printed reef structures made from limestone and sand. And perhaps most encouraging of all, nature itself is showing resilience. In protected marine reserves, coral cover has rebounded dramatically within a decade. Fish populations return, diversity flourishes, and the sound of life once again fills the water. Every restored reef is a symbol, proof that given time and protection, the ocean can heal. The fate of coral reefs ultimately depends on us. These ecosystems have endured ice ages, sea level changes, and storms, yet the speed of modern change is unprecedented. But the same technology that once accelerated their decline now offers hope. From satellite monitoring and genetic mapping to AI-driven conservation planning, even virtual education and documentaries like this one can raise awareness, connecting millions of people to the beauty and fragility of these underwater worlds. Because coral reefs are more than ecosystems. They are living lessons in cooperation, proof that small, seemingly insignificant creatures can, through unity, build something vast and enduring. If we protect them, coral reefs will continue to nurture life for millennia to come. And in doing so, they'll remind us that the greatest strength of any civilization, human or natural, lies in its ability to work together. The ocean's greatest cities are not built by hands or machines. They are born from patience, cooperation, and time. Each coral polyp, each fish, each passing current adds another layer to a masterpiece, millions of years in the making. And as long as the tides turn and sunlight touches the sea, the coral cities will keep building, shaping the very heart of our planet, one tiny architect at a time. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to Tidal Knowledge. There will be many more interesting ocean topics coming in the future.